Yes, everybody, Russ on the West Ham Network. Hope you're safe and well. It's Hammer in association with the KUMB.com boys. Lots of stories to get through because it is Christmas, you lucky buggers. And then thinking about Christmas, the santaco.co.uk. Get your personalised letters from Father Christmas to the little ones. Be that cool uncle if you haven't got any immediate. Be that cool grandparent. Be that cool godfather, or be that cool parent. Be the one who got a message from the big man, not me, from santaco.co.uk. Use West Ham Network, all one word, at checkout to get a 30% discount. So even the basic package costs you about £6. Totally personalised AI, all clever stuff. And you get a really good letter, really nice, and a little certificate as well. Hammer's Headlines in association with the KUMB.com boys. Don't forget to check them out for latest news reviews and opinions. Lunchtime did my Hammers lunchtime game show. Check it out. Let me know what you think. Let me know how many you got. But let's get into it. We've got lots to get through. Let's talk about strikers. Now, Holly spoke about strikers yesterday, the likes of Yuri Alberto, Evan Ferguson, Jonathan Burkhart, who I think is a very good player. I wouldn't mind him at all. But another couple of names have been linked. We'll say one good, one no, one maybe. That's what I'm going to call it. And you can guess probably by vernacular which one I think's a which. It's the West Ham version of Snog, Marry, Avoid. It's very there is one I definitely would avoid, but not this one. Stefanios Tugmas, the FC Nuremberg striker, Greek under 21 international, 18-year-old, and he's been doing really well in the Bundesliga. What is the Bundesliga? I don't know what. I didn't do German. Bundesliga 2 league so far this season, having made his loan spell from PAOK permanent in the summer. I think something like 7 goals in 12 games. And that has alerted the bigger clubs in Europe to keep an eye on Stefanios. One of them being Bayern Munich with Jurgen Kohler, the German legend of Bayern Munich, saying that he could be a useful backup to Harry Kane. You wouldn't go out and spend 50 million euros on a backup striker, but someone like Stefanios could be a good alternative or a good option. And so we would have to obviously potentially compete with Bayern Munich. He's 18, as I said. He would definitely bring us a different vibe. He's a very clinical striker. I think 6'1", 6'1", 6'2", if I can remember correctly. But what I like about him is he's pacey and he's clinical, and that's what we really need. Now it'll be interesting to see, obviously, out with the olds, so to speak. No disrespect to Mikel, but obviously Mikel is unlikely to see him for at least a year. But he wouldn't cost millions and millions and millions and millions. It would cost a fair bit because he's out of contract. His contract runs until summer 2028, I believe, but could be a interesting, and obviously one, particularly obviously the fact is because he's playing in Germany, he's playing the Bundesliga 2. The likes of Tim will have contacts in Germany, obviously, from his time by Leverkusen and Werder Bremen. So I like the look of him. I like to look at him as a player. I think it'd be a really good option for us. And people saying, well, rather than waste money on him, why don't you promote Josh Ajala or Cam Schweier or bring back Callum Marshall? And the problem is, with the exception of Callum Marshall, I don't think we have a return. I don't think we have an option to bring him back. But Cam, he's played a little bit of loan football, Crawley Town, I think it was. Josh is far too lightweight at the moment. Stefanios has been playing first team football for a couple of years now, and that's the difference in terms of the way European-based clubs work with their academy players. And that's a function. That's not just a function of West Ham. That's a function of the Premier League as a whole. You can go and buy someone like Terzic. Say cost you 10 million quid. I don't know, to pick a name, and he's already got a number of Premier first team appearances, playing against some tough defenders in the Greek league and also in the German Bundesliga 2 as well. So I think it'd be a very viable option. Now the next one we'd be linked with is Callum Wilson. Callum bloody Wilson. Now, according to reports, West Ham have discussed the prospect of signing him in the January transfer window. Us and Leicester apparently are both have shown interest, although West Ham's interest is, I quote, up in the air. Very Christmas reference, isn't it? Not nice walking in the air. Now, Callum is a proven goal scorer. I think he's got 88 Premier League goals to his name. Obviously, that's 20 more than our Premier League goal scorer of all time, Michael Antonio. But he's 32, and he's never bloody fit. And that's the problem. When he's fit, he scores. I think last year he got 9 goals in 20 appearances, which ain't a bad return. And so far, just 4, apparently. And so, yeah, it's an interesting one. And no is the answer for me, even if a loan spell, because you won't get him fit. You can't keep him fit. And we need someone now who's going to be first team, particularly with a slight question mark around Fulkrug's intentions and homesick and things like that. And I truly believe actually a lot of that was caused by being injured. If he wasn't injured and he was playing and scoring, then you would see a different Nicholas Fulkrug. And the same happened to Skamaka. Exactly the same. Skamaka came in, tried to kick the ground running, got injured. Didn't he got COVID in it, or he got ill or stomach problem, and then a young lad in a different country, never worked out. But there's another name would be linked to him, and it seems a bit like we're doing Championship Manager about 4 years ago, because the other name that apparently we've been linked with is Christian Benteke on a loan deal as a short-term replacement for Michael Antonio, maybe with the idea of replacing him properly in the summer. A lot of strikers are up in contract come to the end of the summer, the likes of, I mean Danny, obviously, and Mikel technically are out of contract on our side, but Jonathan David and people like that are coming out of contract. Now, they are looking at him. Obviously, the MLS season is closed now. So he would be available to come in straight away. His contract expires next December. This season, he's scored 24 goals with 3 assists, I believe. And he's captain of DC United as well, obviously over in the MLS. I'm just bringing up his stats. Where has it gone? He went for about 5-6 million quid, I think. Where's his stats for this season? Current season, the season just gone. 30 appearances. Where's it gone? Yeah, this season, 33 appearances, 25 goals, 5 assists, and 1 sending off. Now, I'm not saying he's the answer. We're talking about old people as well, 34. But on a short-term loan, would it be that if it was a loan deal for 6 months, would that be the worst thing? I'm up in the air. This one's my maybe. Do you know what I mean? Because he's in form and he's fit. He knows he can go in straight away, but he's 34. So he literally replacing one 34-year-old with another 34-year-old. But let's have a look at his injuries. That to me is the issue. Injuries. Where's his injury records? That's always a really injury. Here we go. Injury history. Oh, God's sake. Injury history this season. Well, the season's just gone. He missed 2 games all season due to a knock in March. Until then, previous season, he was injured for a week with an ankle injury. Previous season, out for a couple of weeks with ankle injury, hamstring, 3 years after that. So he had a really bad spell in the 18-19 season where he missed 28 games because of a knee injury. He's had knee problems throughout his whole career slightly, just like bloody Antonio. He was always knee and thigh, weren't knee and hamstring. For me, if we could get him in on loan and then get someone like Stefanios in, I think I'd be okay as a short term. Not saying as a full term, as a short term. Yeah. Let me know in the comments. I'll be fascinated to know. One person who is potentially looking to leave is our Brazilian under-21 international, Luizao. Now, according to UOL, it's reported that he is expected to leave West Ham and prioritise a move to Brazil in January. No mention of the clubs in that report, but another report by Radio Inferno shares that Internacional have included him on a hit list of players for January. Obviously, the Brazilian Serie A season is closed now, so it would be interesting to see. I mean, he's been looking to go for a while, but it was always a choice between Portugal or Brazil. Obviously, the fact of a lot of Portuguese is a language spoken in Brazil, so in terms of understanding the language and stuff. But according to reports, he is keen on leaving West Ham, returning back to Brazil because his wife is pregnant and he wants to return to his country during this period with her, which is totally understandable. Obviously, he arrived at West Ham from Sao Paulo in January 2023 and hasn't played any first team football, staying exclusively on the 21s. Obviously, scored on Tuesday. And actually, to be fair, the last couple of games, he's played a lot better. There were some games have been shocking I've seen this season with him, but the last couple of games, he's played better. But he, for me, he never had the composite parts to make it a success in the Premier League. Now, he did play for Sao Paulo for a long time before he joined us. So that league is a league he's used to. But I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the under-21 league. They do press really high, and he always seems slightly nervous on the ball for me, and always goes for the back pass to Finn, usually the goalkeeper, which... I mean, for a Brazilian defender, you always assume they're going to be technically very good. Maybe he's in training, but on the pitch, it just doesn't work. It always seems a very nervous player for me. But one player who could be getting a reprieve is Jean-Claire Todibo, our French under-21. No, I think he's been capped twice by the first team in France, I believe. Now, we know everything that's been going on, but according to reports, Julien Lopetegui is seriously considering drafting him back into the starting 11 for the Bournemouth game on Monday. Now, we know there was a bust-up at half-time against the Arsenal game or at the end of November. Allegations were made by both sides of physicality. And he had to settle for his place on the bench against Wolves on Monday as he missed the trip to Leicester due to injury. We don't know. However, reports in the media have said that he could reclaim his place in the Irons lineup on Monday for Monday's game after making efforts to rebuild the relationship with the head coach. He hasn't seen eye to eye with Julien Lopetegui, but he is trying apparently to settle his differences with the Spaniard, and he is desperate to return to the lineup. Lopetegui, in his part, is also prepared to put things behind him and is giving serious thought to naming the 24-year-old in his lineup to face. I almost said Barcelona. I wish to face. I almost said it again. To face Bournemouth on Monday. Now, I think it's a case of Lopetegui cutting off his nose to spite his face, or whatever that expression is, in terms of not playing him. We need to play Jean-Claire. That he is head and tail, head and shoulder. I'm really doing well these sayings. He's head and shoulders above Mavropanos in terms of ability, and I think you miss so much confidence on the ball. And pace as well, I'd say, and he just is more mobile for me than Mavropanos. I mean, there could be a case of going back to a back three. The last few games when they've had the Mavropanos has been on the bench or Todibo, they bring him in to then play a back three the last bit of the game. I don't think that will happen. I think they'll stay to the back four, but hopefully we shall see him back in the starting lineup, because we need him. We need him, my friends. And that is it. Thank you very much for watching, as per usual. Don't forget to check out neesandmamabrand.com for latest news, reviews, and opinions. And don't forget to check out the santaco.co.uk West Ham Network. Viewers get 30% off at checkout using the code West Ham Network at checkout, all one word. And so the entry price is literally £6. Also, don't forget the West Ham Network Christmas giveaway every day up until December the 25th. We are giving prizes every day, and all you have to do is just comment. Don't have to fill in a form, don't have to go to another site, don't have to pay this or that or buy a ticket. Just comment. Completely free. We've given away 11 prizes so far. 12 will be 12 will be announced tomorrow. And also tomorrow we will have the June Lopetegui press conference, the return of the For Sure counter, and the Focus monitor. All good stuff. Until that time, take care, stay safe, stay warm, stay humble, keep that faith, my bloody friends, and I'll see you soon, very, very soon. Much love.